How government digital services actually work in the UK. When people think about UK government digital services, they usually think of gov.uk. They think of filling in a form, renewing a driving licence, paying tax, applying for a passport, or checking benefits. What they don't usually think about is the infrastructure underneath. Behind every government website, form, and digital interaction in the UK sits a complex system of departments, platforms, identity checks, data exchanges, legal obligations, suppliers, and operational controls. There is no single government system. There is no single government database. And there is no single organisation that runs digital government in the UK. In this video, we're going to explain how government digital services actually work in the UK at an infrastructure level. We'll look at how digital government evolved in the UK, what gov.uk and GDS actually do, how departments build and run services, how identity, payments, and data sharing work, how cloud security and suppliers fit in, and why UK government digital works the way it does. This is not about politics, this is about systems. 1. What government digital services actually means. The phrase government digital services does not mean one platform. In the UK, it refers to thousands of separate services delivered by different government bodies. These include non-departmental public bodies, devolved administrations, central government departments, local authorities. Each of these organisations has legal responsibility for its own services. For example, HMRC runs tax systems, DWP runs benefit systems, DVLA runs driving and vehicle systems. Home Office runs immigration and passports. NHS bodies run health systems. There is no master system that all data flows into. Instead, digital government in the UK is federated. Services are connected through standards, interfaces, and legal frameworks, not through a single database. This design is intentional. It reduces systemic risk, limits data concentration, and allows departments to evolve independently. 2. Before gov.uk, how digital government used to work. Before 2012, UK government digital services were fragmented. Each department ran its own websites. There were hundreds of separate domains, different design styles, inconsistent navigation, and wildly different user experiences. Many services were PDF-based, paper-first, outsourced to large IT suppliers, built on long-term, inflexible contracts. Users had to know which department they were dealing with before they could even start. From a systems perspective, this made change slow, expensive, and risky. Large monolithic contracts meant long delivery cycles, vendor lock-in, poor adaptability. This environment led to the creation of the Government Digital Service, or GDS. 3. What GDS actually is and is not. GDS does not run all government systems, it does not own departmental data, and it does not control every digital decision. GDS is a central function within the Cabinet Office. Its role is to set standards, build shared platforms, improve service design, reduce duplication, enforce usability and security baselines. The most visible output of GDS is gov.uk. Gov.uk is not just a website, it is a publishing platform, a design system, a routing layer to departmental services. When you use gov.uk, you are often redirected to a service operated by a specific department, even though it feels like one system. That illusion of simplicity is deliberate. 4. gov.uk as a front door, not a back end. gov.uk acts as a single front door to government. But behind that door are thousands of separate systems. For example, a tax return goes to HMRC systems. A passport application goes to Home Office systems. A benefit claim goes to DWP systems. gov.uk provides consistent navigation, unified content, common accessibility standards, but it does not centralise processing. Each department owns its service, owns its data, is legally accountable for outcomes. This separation is crucial for governance and risk management. 5. How services are built inside departments. Departments build digital services using multidisciplinary teams. These typically include product managers, service designers, user researchers, developers, security specialists, policy experts. Services are assessed using the service standard. Before a service can go live, it must pass formal assessments covering user needs, security, accessibility, data protection, operational resilience. This process ensures consistency without centralizing control. Departments are free to choose their technology stacks within constraints. 6. Identity in government services. Government services need to know who you are, but there is no single UK government identity database. Instead, identity is handled through a mix of department-specific systems, shared identity platforms, legal identity evidence. Historically, gov.uk Verify attempted to provide a single identity layer. It was ultimately replaced with a more flexible, decentralized approach. Today, identity is increasingly risk-based, context-specific, service-dependent. Different services require different levels of assurance. This avoids over-collection of personal data. 7. Payments and money movement. Many government services involve payments. These are handled through shared payment platforms. Behind the scenes, payments integrate with commercial banks, government banking services, accounting systems. Funds do not move through gov.uk. They move through regulated payment rails, just like private sector payments. The difference is governance and audit requirements. 8. Data sharing between departments. Data sharing in government is tightly controlled. Departments cannot freely access each other's databases. Data sharing requires a legal basis, defined purpose, data minimization, security controls. Most data sharing happens through APIs, secure file transfers, controlled data services. This limits misuse and reduces systemic risk. 9. Cloud, hosting and suppliers. UK government systems increasingly run on cloud infrastructure. Departments use public cloud, private cloud, hybrid architectures. Suppliers include hyperscale providers, UK-based hosting firms, specialist SMEs. Procurement is structured to avoid single supplier dependency. Security accreditation is mandatory. 10. Why UK government digital works this way. The UK digital government model prioritises resilience over speed, accountability over convenience, separation over centralisation. This makes systems harder to understand but safer to operate at national scale. Digital government is not one system, it is an ecosystem. And understanding that ecosystem explains why UK services work the way they do. Closing. If you want to understand UK technology, you have to understand how government systems work, because they shape identity, payments, data, and infrastructure across the entire country. If you found this useful, the next video looks at how UK regulatory technology and enforcement systems actually work. Thanks for watching.